Welcome to Flyers coverage of AERO 2024.
It's brought to you in association with Continental Aerospace Technologies and Cirrus Aircraft. One of the highlights of the show, certainly for me, is the Carbon Cub UL. So this is the basically a carbon cub from Cub Crafters, and it's been designed to fit in the 600 kg microlight category. And they've been able to do this partly because they fitted the Rotax 916 IS, so that's 161 horsepower in a lightweight Cub airframe. So things we've learned about the aeroplane. I was having a chat to Brad Dam, who's head of sales, earlier. Base price is going to be $293,000. There's a nice options list, and if you take some of those options, probably most Carbon Cub UL customers are going to come out low 300s. They have got an option at the moment. If you're one of the first customers who buys between now and Oshkosh, you can get $25,000 worth of avionics, which is basically what the panel of this aeroplane is. It's Garmin G3X and some other bits. You'll get that free. And they've sold a couple of dozen already. So aeroplane is proving really popular. So they are talking to the British Microlight Association in the UK. So this aeroplane is, they are actively looking at bringing this aeroplane to the UK, which is great news. What else can I tell you? Well, weight savings on the aeroplane have come because they've got they've added things like titanium landing gear. They've got the MT prop. Things like the cowl and the boot cowl are pre-preg composite, not wet layup, and Brad was saying that there's quite a big weight saving in using material like that. Elsewhere there's Oratex fabric, so because there's no paint finish on that, there's quite a chunk of weight that is off the aeroplane thanks to that. They're aiming for an empty weight of around about 380 kilograms. Engine burns about 24 litres an hour, so that gives you around about 3.5 hours endurance. How fantastic is this? It's a full-size replica of an Me163 Comet. So in World War II, these were rocket-powered. They had rocket fuel, 2 parts that were really awful to deal with. This replica, you'll be pleased to know, though, is powered by a JetCat P1000, which is a small turbine engine. Just fantastic, absolutely, just one of the brilliant things you expect to see here at AERO.
We're here on the Pipistrel stand, standing next to the Pantera. Still got the experimental written on the side, but I was talking to Tim Tomaszek, who's the chief technical guy at Pipistrel, and also the chief engineer. He was telling me that they're on the final stretch towards certification of the Pantera to become a fully certified aircraft. So they're going straight to the IFR version. They're not going to go in phases of day VFR, night VFR as they originally planned. Textron want this aircraft to be certified this year, and they want to start delivering aircraft to customers by 2025, next year. This is going to be the conventionally powered version. This is powered by a 260 horsepower Lycoming IO540 that will give a max cruise speed of 198 knots, a range of 1,000 nautical miles, but crucially, according to Team, it will give a 30% better fuel consumption than the nearest rival. Now the rival clearly is the Cirrus SR22 range, so that's quite a substantial thing. It's come about because of the slippery shape. It's designed originally to be an electric aircraft, but they've gone down this route to get the airframe certified. But they're not given up on the idea of a hybrid and electrification. They're going to have the hybrid. They're working on the hybrid version. That's going to have a big electric motor turning the prop, drawing its power from battery sets in each wing. That battery set will have a range extender. That's the bit they're really still working on, the range extender. Teen also told me about the improvements they're making to the Velis Electro. This was first certified in 2020. And according to Teen, they're making no fewer than 5 upgrades every year. For instance, since 2020, the battery life has doubled, so has the charging rate. And last year, they added the ability to operate in cold climates.
Tecnam introduced the P2006 NG, a couple of versions over here. The changes are, this is now powered by the Rotax 912 IS, so the much more fuel efficient, or slightly more fuel efficient injected version of the Rotax 912. Max all-up weight has been increased by 60 kilograms to give you some extra. There are kind of 2 versions here. This is the private owner version, so extremely nicely done inside, very, very plush. The S-Tech autopilot has been replaced by the GFC 700, which frankly is a huge improvement. And the other version is the school version, which has also got the 912 IS, but obviously not quite such a plush interior for the students. Performance is pretty much the same. This aims to be EASA certified by the end of this year, so 2024, and then CA certification will follow that, hopefully. And prices, the NG private owner one, which is the NG Sport as it's called, is going to be over 600,000 euros, and the school version, the plain NG without the Sport, will be lower than that, obviously.
One of the stars here is the Junkers A50 Heritage version. Now it's got the Werner radial, 124 horsepower instead of the Rotax 912 IS. It's got this beautiful MT propeller in wood finish with the antique white tips. Inside the cabin there's just round gauges. Apparently the customers were saying that they would prefer a more traditional feel rather than the G3X Touch that the aircraft originally was launched with. Also in the cabin is some really beautiful leather and teak trim items. The good news about the A50 Heritage, it's in development at the moment, hopefully to be finished towards the end of this year, and Junkers are talking about selling the aircraft, releasing it for sale in 2025. Cost is going to be 295,000 euros. And they are interested in bringing it to the UK and would consider certifying it as a UK 600 kg microlight.
Oh, this is a serious aircraft. This is Piper's $4.1 million aircraft, 4.1 base price, 4.3 is probably, with the extras you're probably going to want. But this is the Piper M700 Fury, the new flagship of the range, and it's capable of 300 knots cruise speed, climb rate of 3,400 feet per minute. It's a serious aircraft. I'll take two.
Serious Aircraft's Ivy MacGyver told Ed 5 things he didn't know about the new G7, but we've got a separate video of that coming soon.
So that's it for our first day at AERO. There's a few more things that we're going to cover, so keep an eye on our YouTube channel.